All right, cool. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Cave. This week, Birfmark is taking the week off, so I had the pleasure of inviting our special guest host from the Combos in the Park podcast, Mr. Dorian himself, and Miss
What's going on?
MVP, aka Scream Bite Choke.
You're wrong. Good morning. How are you all doing?
Yeah, so basically, before the show started, I was explaining we break the show down into 2 hours. Each hour, hour one is just something more serious. Hour two is a little something more fun. So, first hour, we're discussing generational parenting. What are some things that your parents have done raising you that you kept the tradition going, or even just anything, just the way they cook a meal, the way they have dinner, the way they discipline. What are some things you want to change, and just some things you want to start for yourself? So I'll open up the floor to my special guest, Dorian. Like, you know, being a father yourself, like, what are some things that you remember growing up where, in your household, like, this had to be done, where you was like, you know what, I'm going to change that or I'm going to keep that because that's real?
It was a couple of things. Uh, Respect my father being around, and being in a two-parent household. Just kind of keep a bond that they had between each other, and showing that they're able to communicate and keep the peace. Especially with a young, like a little, a lot of times hiding chicken under the carpet so he didn't have to eat it for dinner.
Didn't tell me that story.
But nah, yeah, communication with them parents and firm. One of the things I took from my parents, I tried with my daughter, um, and but someone that they can feel comfortable coming to, but they know that if they mess up, yeah, they're gonna, they don't like that, especially with both of them when they were real young. All I had to do was give them a look, and they straighten up.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to apologize to anybody out there who see me keep turning my head. We are live on YouTube as well, so I've got to make sure I check the chat and see who's saying what. So I apologize in advance. So, Miss MVP, what are some of the things that you could say you took from your upbringing that you incorporate into your household now?
Let's see. I took a lot. I came from a very southern household. Obviously, we instilled a lot of good qualities in all of this. Um, it was it, by the way. I, I took some. I don't want to say the good and the bad, and I kind of molded into my own. But as far as my father and my mother being there to be able to communicate with us and talk to us, my dad was he passed away a year and a half. So he had a lot of great conversations, a lot of great things, and I took that and tried to put that into talking, communicating. It wasn't a lot of we had a great chance to bond when it came to misunderstanding as well as having fun with each other. My mom, she's the more of the strict, authoritative kind, and we had some struggles growing up. So I don't want to have that with my kids, but um we had a pretty decent childhood. I know there are some people out there who had, oh, you don't go to bed without washing the dishes, and if the dish is still in the sink, wake you up out your sleep and beat you, and all this other good stuff. We didn't have all that. You did your chores, you did them right, and if not, you got handled. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no beat us up out our sleep type thing, and I wouldn't want that for my children. I grew up in the hood, and my children are growing up in the suburbs, so it's I'm a latchkey kid. My children, I don't trust them to leave off the block, so it's a lot.
Yeah, I fully understand. I mean, I noticed that you said the mother was the more of the authoritative figure, and that's usually like a lot of households that I see with both parents. Like the father is like the fun one,
Hmm.
and the mom's is always the one who has to be like, listen, they gotta get serious. Like,
It was that way for both, but my mom had real short temper, and my dad was more of a relaxed kind. He got in your ass when he needed to.
yeah,
Yeah.
But my mama was like, I done told you one time. My dad was like, okay, I'm gonna say it again, and if it don't happen, then I get it. Mama was like, no. You look
mom
at
was just one look.
Yeah, if she look at you and it ain't done by the time she blink again, you in trouble. That's how short her temper was.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I did take from my mother was that I always left that window of communication open.
Yeah.
Like it was that all right. She let me know she's my mom, but she also left that window where like, but I want you to come to me whenever you
Hmm.
need to talk about something because I don't want you to learn from the streets and get the wrong information.
Hmm.
So I mean that was one of the things awesome that I loved. Because I'm also like I'm in a Facebook group for Black fathers, and I hear a lot of fathers talking about I'm old school. I do things this way. I do things that way. And I'm like, oh, because it was done that way, don't mean it was necessarily right. And,
Hmm.
you got a lot of parents out there who feel like they don't have to apologize to their child.
Oh, you definitely have to do that.
Like if my son comes to me and say, "Dad, you hurt my feelings when you said this and this and that," if he can process the fact that I hurt his feelings, you know what? I was wrong. You deserve an
Yeah.
apology. But I hear a lot of parents saying, "Oh, I'm not apologizing to my kid," and I'm like, you have to look at it. This child did not ask to be here. You brought this child into the world.
That's right.
And a lot of us, some of us, I'm not gonna say a lot of us, some of us parents be acting like the child owe us something. And I'm like, you brought him into this life. Like, you deserve to give him the best possible life you can give him, him or her.
Yeah.
So you can't get mad if a child like, oh, messing up my night, I'm supposed to go out. You're a goddamn parent. You should have thought about that before you had the baby.
Yep.
I understand that is a lot of it because now got into parenthood and or
They wasn't even trying to be ready for it.
yeah.
And that's where I feel like, the gap, like that's it's serious. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm not on one of those I'm gonna yell at my kid and do something. One thing I know I that I do differently now, I don't tell my son to do something because I said so. I explain to him why it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then he does it like, okay. Like he just wants to know why do it need to be done? Why does because I say so should be the answer and they shouldn't talk and they shouldn't question it. You don't want your child to question stuff? I mean, I personally want my child to be like, wait, nah, that don't look right.
I guess there's a difference between your child questioning you and then something that has been done as part of the routine and they know exactly why. It's like, like for what? Like I have a 10-year-old. He's getting into that, but for why type of questioning. And I'm like, this is something that you have been doing. It needs to be done. Like I get hot headed sometimes with him because he kind of he's a male, and sometimes y'all don't process things all the way. So I have to kind of get rough and aggressive with him for him to understand, because I said so. It needs to be done. It needs to be done at this time, every time. It ain't no wait 5 minutes. Do it before school. Can't do it after school. It has to be done. And yes, I said y'all don't process things all the way.
No, I mean you're right. I can tell. Even now, at my age now, I still be like, "What?" Like, I
I'm
mean,
not
I
even
don't
gonna
get it.
argue that point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that one. We do take sometimes we take longer to process a lot of shit.
Yeah, a couple years.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe a couple years. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, but I get it. Some things need to be done right away. This is how it's always been. I get it. But if something new, like why do we have to do like now? I think I have my, I have him throw out the garbage. Like I mean, he doesn't really go to the incinerator. Like when we leave out in the morning, yeah, take the garbage, throw it out there. He's like, why? Because we can't leave it in the house. It's gonna stink. You're like, oh, okay, you're right. So now before we leave out, he'd be like, Dad, we gotta get the garbage. I'm like, okay, cool. It's just little things. And that's one thing I wanted to make sure that I want to apologize. I always want to explain what's going on because there were so many things I didn't know, and I did learn from my friends, and I
Mhm.
learned incorrectly.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But had I actually spoke to my parents, and
Yeah.
they would have been like, "No, don't do that," you know. Like, and this is one of the stories that I always share with people, and they're like, "What?" I remember the Fugees album came out, the score.
Ah,
Mm.
My parents bought me the CD. My pops wanted to hear it. He was like, "Yeah, I want to hear it. This is what you." I'm like, "No problem." So we played it in the living room. He asked me, "Did I want a drink?"
Oh Lord.
And I'm looking at my mom's like, "Is he serious?" And she was like, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "Okay." I mean, the moral of the story is they wanted to teach me to know my limit.
How old were you?
I was what? I had to be like 16, 17. I wasn't like no 12 or nothing like that. I was still underage, but I was close enough where it was like, okay, if I do it with them in the house just to, learn my lesson of, learn how to handle yourself and learn, because I was at an age where I can go out to parties and, sometimes people are going to have alcohol and it's like, we don't want you to be out there and then you put yourself in a position where you can get victimized.
Yeah.
So learn your limit here in the house with people who care about you.
Yeah.
So this way, when you go out in public and you do partake in stuff like that, because they know they was teenagers once. They be like, we know you're gonna sneak, but you're gonna sneak a drink if you
They
can.
don't want you to be subjected to peer pressure.
Exactly. So like, all right, you had 2 drinks and that's your limit. You can sit there and tell them, nah, I'm good, son. I'm alright.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of my friends get sloshed out, getting alcohol poisoning because they went too far. And I'm like, well, I'm glad my parents made me have a drink, so I know this is my limit. But that's what it is. I definitely want to teach him stuff as early as I can, but when he's ready for it. Like I don't want to teach him. It's like I want to teach him about sex, but not like now when he's 6.
That's a great time to teach them because they have to learn consent at an early age. I started teaching my son when he was about 5 or 6 about nice touch and bad touch. And some in school they have started at here about healthy touching and friendly touching and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So this is a perfect age to teach them
'cause
about
they had the conversation about inappropriate touching and what's right and what's wrong.
yeah.
But I mean, actual intercourse, like I'm like that's heavy. Like I tell you, like you can't be touching people here. People can't be touching you there.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, that's gonna have a lot of conversations. Like I mean, one thing I think stuck with me was the fact when I was first old enough to work, my mother sat me down at the kitchen table and she taught me how to do the long form for the taxes. You remember?
Ugh.
Yeah,
mm,
I mean they don't have that no more.
The little booklet thing, yeah.
She told me how to do the long form on paper and write it out and then mail it out and wait my 6 to 8 weeks before they send me back my taxes.
It's $32.
Yeah, but it was just like, like that was her form of teaching me financial literacy. So it was like, she taught me everything she knew. So I wanted like kind of teach him how to, save, like listen, you got $5. Put two of them away. Spend the three. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I want to try to do it at an early age so he understands. Like, listen, the world is real out there, so you got to get your money.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
Definitely.
yeah. That was
uh,
one of the lessons I wish that I would have got when I was younger. Was yeah, because when I finally started, um, we had a family tax person, and all we did to that person. I didn't really learn about it. It's like, okay, yeah, get my W-2, give it to them, they'll give it back, and then I get my return. And it wasn't until I got into the military where I was like, oh, okay, so this is what was actually going on. I was like, so when
like I was, yeah.
now that my oldest is working, now it's like, okay, now I gotta make sure that she understands, how it goes, and not just go willy nilly about it, or don't even file, and the next thing you know, when she actually filing, now she's in trouble.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to
Yeah.
start young on that one, because money is real. When they come after that money, they come after the money.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
They,
it's not even necessarily about the money. Like you said, the savings is big. The credit is even bigger because you can save up all the money in the world and have a 300 credit score.
you
You
definitely can.
understand? So you have to understand the necessary guidelines when it comes to your credit and what type of accounts that you have and stuff like that. So financial literacy is a big thing when it comes to our community. We have to be willing to sit there and teach each other about what we know. I'm a person that if I know something and it's going to benefit you, I'm going to tell you about it because whether you know it or not, you might have forgotten it or they may have missed a step. So I'm going to tell you what I know. So when we have, you have children that are involved or younger siblings that are involved, you need to explain to them, siblings for that matter, what's going on because everybody isn't necessarily hip to the situation or willing to learn from someone else who they don't trust.
And that's what it is. Like, each one teach one, and
Definitely.
I realize a lot of people is not teaching you unless you're paying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, granted, I understand I can pay you for your services, but this is bigger than just an individual. Like, our culture, period. Like, our whole, like, if you want us to advance, we all have to know about this stuff.
Hmm.
And there's this point where you have to sit there and say, listen, brother, listen, sister, this is how you make it happen.
Yep.
I'm not gonna sit there and pull your money out your pocket because at the end of the day, I'm trying to help you get more money in your pocket.
Yep.
So
And I a lot of my financial literacy stuff. A lot of people they forget this or overthink this. I get a lot of my information from the library, the public library. They have no dog in the fight whatsoever. They'll do your taxes with you for free. They will sit down. They have financial literacy classes online and programs that are recorded and stuff like that. And I'll sit there and I watch one or two little seminars. Some of them are 30 minutes, some of them are 15 to 20 minutes, 6 hours. So you got to be willing to find what it is. Google is your friend, and we all have unlimited knowledge in our hands and pockets all day.
yeah, not using smartphones, and they got all these smart devices, but nobody using it to get smarter.
Exactly.
Yeah, like YouTube teach you how to do everything.
Yep.
oh yeah,
It
Hell, TikTok now.
like, YouTube can teach you how to pass college courses, and you just got to show up and do the work. YouTube will teach you how to write the paper and everything. Give you all the information you need. Because somebody already done researched it. Look, I did this paper. This is. I'm like, so it's like a lot of us don't have an excuse not to learn anymore. It's about what we want to learn and if we're willing to apply it. You know,
Procrastination.
yeah. So yeah. So I mean, there's just different stuff. That's why when people say things like, "Oh, how your parents not know about it?" My parents won't know about it if they wasn't taught it. And that's what you have to stop saying. Oh, how you not know about that? Because maybe I had nobody in my life to teach me about it. Like the new
They didn't have the
generation,
knowledge.
yeah,
They didn't have the knowledge readily available to them. They had encyclopedias. Everybody didn't have encyclopedias. You might have had the first two or the last six, but you didn't have the whole. Most of us didn't have the
My
whole.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Exactly. So I mean, they didn't have everything.
What?
Yeah,
It should be a rite of passage that kids got to do reports with Encyclopedia Britannica.
exactly. And a thesaurus.
Damn your reference page. You don't know if you can do a bibliography, huh? Take that.
Exactly.
If you can't do a bibliography, leave me alone. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that's what it is. Like that's what I took from my parents. Now, like I said, one thing I would change is the whole I would give them space to express myself emotionally. I know one thing I started is that me and him now get matching T-shirts on Father's Day.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I wanted to keep that going as a new tradition. Like so when he get when he decides he want to have children, maybe he can have matching T-shirts just to sit there and say, listen, I'm your dad, you're my child. Whatever situation we in, we together, we family.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's cool. That's how it is.
How do you feel about the generational parenting when it comes to higher learning education? Because a lot of people say go to college, right? But I was listening to the radio this morning. I forget what show, and Shade 45. They were talking about trade school and how the trades are frowned upon because a lot of people think that trades mean you don't have education. I know a lot of people who are in trades who make great money. And I'm not talking about barbers or hairstylists.
Refrigerator repairman,
I
all
mean, you have
Yeah.
estheticians, you have plumbers, you have roofers. Roofer, this one guy, he said that he has never nailed or held a sheet of shingle in his hand before on a roof. And he owns two roofing companies.
wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like he said he's never been to school for it, haven't been to school for business. He said he was a salesman and he fell in love with it. Now he has two roofing companies, and it's like you have to be able to have something to fall back on. Yes, follow your dream, have something to fall back on. But if you have a trade, we have to teach our kids a skill. And I'm not saying that the men don't know what they're doing, but I know for a fact there are some men who do not know how to turn a toilet valve off, and that is sad. I know
But
some men.
sometimes they don't have nobody to teach them that.
This is true, but just like we just discussed, YouTube will teach you anything.
Oh yeah, I mean I learned a lot of things about home improvement through YouTube. Like there's things that back in the days. You have that one handyman in the hood,
Yeah,
everything. But then there was a time when I was like, you know what, I could probably do this, and I looked it up and see how I did it. Okay, like
but I'm just saying they don't have. They're not pushing for that. You know what I'm saying? There should be someone in your family who you can go to, you can call, say, "Hey, how do I do this?" And they say, "Yeah, I'm coming. I can come and show you real quick." And you know now how to do it, and that then you know now how to help your son or your daughter.
yeah,
I was fortunate enough that my father was well rounded in a vast of things: plumbing, mechanic, a whole lot of crap. And I soaked up as much knowledge as I could. And when I'm showing my son how to do it, I feel proud. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it triggers something for him, whether he wants to go into the corporate ladder, he wants to start his own, or if he wants to do a trade. You see what I'm saying? At least he has that foundation for the
yeah.
basic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's I'm not gonna say it's sad, but it's almost at a level that we need to be concerned as a black community that our young men don't know how to turn up the hot water on the hot water heater, light a pilot light. You see what I'm saying? Simple
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, like I said, these are things that we have to research and do YouTube and learn how to teach them. Because let's say most of the young men I know grew up in the projects. No, we don't have to turn up the hot water on the heater because we had housing night shift that did that for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we never really interacted with that stuff. We, like if something breaks in our apartment, we're called the super. He'll come and fix all that stuff. So a lot of people really don't have, and especially if you're in the city like that, a lot of management companies got people who fix all this stuff up. So for us to really learn something like that, we would have to like go somewhere like maybe down. Like I have to take it myself. I have to take a trip to see my father's side of the family in South Carolina because they learn all that trade and all that. Because down there in the South, they work with their hands and all that good stuff. I'm like, I'm from the city. I know how to sit behind a desk and type something on a keyboard.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was built to go into a trade. Most most thing we was taught outside of getting a regular job was go to armed forces.
Yeah.
That was like your real choice. Go get a job or go to the armed forces. That's the two choices that most of the people I know had.
Mm-hmm.
Not very few of them now. I realized they got into construction, but that was so few of them, and a lot of them didn't do it when they was young. They waited till they was like 30 something or 35 to get into it. Like it's like one or two of them that I know went straight out of high school and said, "I'm gonna learn how to mix cement. I'm gonna learn how to do all this stuff." And now they up there doing major construction. One I believe is working on the LaGuardia Airport. Like making money, like big money, like. But it's just, but like you said, you gotta watch your child. Your child will show what they excel in and what they don't excel in, and it's all about us trying to nurture it. Like I try to see what my son is into now to be like, all right, let's see what you want to do with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because when they don't follow their passion, they kind of stunt on their life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I have a passion where I love photography.
Mm-hmm.
But I never followed my passion when I was younger because I was taught to just get a job. Photography was, unless you well known, is a hit or miss profession. Like until you really get well known, it's a hit or miss profession. You might have a job today, but then you might not have a job for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, that's not steady. But if I did it when I was young enough, I could have made a name for myself where I could have been, a person getting steady jobs.
Yeah.
But I didn't follow my passion, and I know a lot of people who don't. They just go get a job and they just be miserable. And that's the difference between a job and a career. A career you don't mind waking up to. A job, you like just pay the bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
as,
agree.
as kids, that was the one thing that we kind of lacked on. Well, I would say for me, because just like you, we went to Sat West. I was that was one thing I loved. When I kind of stopped and when it was kind of like forced against me to stop drawing. When in school, it was just like, okay, now I done lost. I completely lost it, but it's like then fine tune it. I'm pretty sure if I would have stayed drawing, I don't know where I could have been. I could have been drawing comic books,
Yeah.
making art or something else. So, we like gotta watch our kids and make sure that we don't miss those opportunities. To find ours.
Definitely.
Like the most interesting question I think we ask children is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And and it's like we look at them weird if they say they don't know.
And they're
But
not
depending
supposed to know.
Yeah,
they're not supposed to know. Like, you expect them to say, oh, I want to be a fireman. I want to do this. I'm going to do that. Can they just be themselves right now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're kind of forcing them into what, doing something. It's like, you might not even want to do that in the next 2 years.
They might not want to do that in the morning when they wake up.
change their minds about 50 11 times.
50
Exactly.
times. Like, no, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm like, all right, cool.
I asked my son when he was around the same age. I said the way that I address it is I asked him, do you see an adult doing something that you would want to do? I don't ask him what you want to be when you grow up. Do you see an adult at work doing something that you would want to try? And then that's when they start thinking, because what do you want to be when you grow up? That's a that's a broad question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when they see people around that are adults that are working, that are doing things, it lets them focus more on different jobs. You know what I'm saying? Do they want to be a store owner? Do they want to be a firefighter? You know, different things like that. I want to drive the big truck. For the longest, my son wanted to be on the garbage truck. Okay, that's fine. Now he wants to be a programmer. And so it's like we have to learn how to speak their language. We can't just generically ask them something. I challenge my kids every day after school. Tell me at least 5 things you did today at school that wasn't PE, breakfast, lunch, or snack.
Damn, I
And
would have failed.
then,
Lunch
and
was
then
my favorite subject.
exactly. Most of them love PE. They like breakfast. They want to eat lunch, and they want their snack. So tell me something else you did, and it lets them like, we did this, and you know what I'm saying. So you have to ask them that. What made you smile today? Was there a moment that you wasn't happy at school or happy today? Challenge them to open so they become a well-rounded adult, be able to have conversations, because there are some awkward human beings out there who don't know how to interact with other human beings. And in this pandemic, we have to push ourselves as well as these children, because for 2 years they didn't really interact with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Year and a half for sure they didn't really interact with a lot of people. So our parents did not have that. Our grandparents or great grandparents, if they were born during the Spanish flu, they had that. You see what I'm saying? But right now, this is something new, and we have to be able to let them know that we will come out of this okay. They still need to have the ability to be social when we come out of this. So you got to learn how to talk to your children and let your children know it's okay to talk to other people.
Yeah, not let their iPad be the one controlling their or their iPhone.
My children don't do that during the week. They get it on Friday, then they don't love me no more, and then I take it back on Sunday evening.
Yeah. I had to learn the hard way how to limit his screen time because, for the most part, I'm in a co-parenting situation. So, weekends he's with me, but recently he's been with me during the week. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, can I get my iPad?" And I'm like, at first I'm like, "All right, cool, no problem." Then I'm like, "Wait, dude, no, it was a weekday. Come on, chill." Like, I mean, but see, the only reason why I can't completely take his iPad from him is because now the schools, even though when we had the pandemic and they was doing remote learning, there's still some programs that they still use remotely.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, in a way, you still got to give me your iPad because you got to sign in and do this math and do this reading or whatever the case they have you doing. But for play, I think, all right, listen, your bedtime is 8:30. I'll let you live from 8 o'clock to 8:30.
Hmm.
So do everything we got to do. We'll sit here, we'll talk, we enjoy ourselves. Don't even turn the TV on. We'll just, if you want to play, what do you like to play? You like to play the game of Sorry or whatever. Let's play something constructive, just with us, and then I'll let you have some screen time before you go to bed.
Definitely.
But yeah, that
I've been getting my kids into audiobooks instead of go listen to a book. They read all the time. Go listen to a book while you are eating dinner or something. You know what I'm saying? They may put an audio book in or something, because they, like you said, they have so much screen time at school. Then they want to get it when they get home. It's almost like it's programming into their brain. And they need to kind of decompress and they're soaking in so much knowledge that they're not decompressing. It's almost like a brain overload, and they're not even working in autopilot anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it because now that I'm a parent, I understand why my parent, why my parents didn't let me just jump on the Sega Genesis once I came home.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, like, first of all, you just been to school. You might want to process this whole day. You did your homework, process your day,
Yep.
get some time to yourself. Like, if you jump from school to homework straight on a game, when do you sit there and evaluate your day for you?
Yep.
And it was just like, I just don't. I just kept going, but I never stopped and thought about it. And it's just like,
Yeah. You in go mode.
I was just in go mode. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's the next thing I'm going to do instead of just enjoying, like, where I'm at.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I know one thing that changed is that thing that some parents don't get is, like, are we raising our children for the world that, the world that we lived in or for the world that they're growing up in? And I noticed that was a big mistake. That's a confusion that we had with generational parenting because a lot of parents tend to raise their kid based on how they grew up, and it's like that world don't exist anymore. That world don't exist anymore. That's why I'm like, and I hear parents say it all the time. Well, back in my day, this is not your day anymore, though. That's the problem.
I'm guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I tell them that all the time.
Yeah, I try not to use that with him because I'm like, okay, this is not my world anymore. This is your world.
Look, we don't know this world, just like they don't know this world. So we can only teach them on something that we know.
Yeah, but then that's when they grow up.
You can only talk to, well, we're constantly living this life every day. It's constantly evolving. We don't have to be stuck in that same mind state of, okay, well, the only way you're gonna get to school walking 6 miles in the snow backwards or whatever. How parents tell us how they got to school, So we got to be a little bit more protective and evolve the way that we have our conversations with these kids and the way that we raise them. Like I try not to follow that. I like my parents. The So that way, when I have these conversations with my daughters, it's a little different. Like I know for me, I could have been outside till 7, 8 o'clock at night, fine. But nowadays, it's not that easy. Just like said, you don't trust the kids to be, gonna leave the street.
Sad, like it's sad, but yeah, like I could be outside till the street lights come on.
Yep.
Now I would not let my son be outside till the street lights come on unless I was out there with him.
We have a street light right at the end of our driveway.
Oh, but you suburbs. I mean, I'm still in the city.
They still don't go outside that late. Well, I mean, the time is about to change now, but a couple times I did leave them out there, but I don't know.
I feel you, man. I'm not.
And we live on a dead end street, so I'm still scared.
Oh wow, damn. We lived in the hood. We don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's
Grew up in the hood too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you moved out the hood. You're in a good spot now. You gotta enjoy the newness of not being in the hood.
Look, you can take the girl out the hood. Can't take the hood out the girl, okay? I'm just saying.
And even some suburbs in the hood, depending on where you at.
For real, I don't know why they keep saying the projects is bad.
The projects are not the best.
No.
They're not the best, but they're not the worst either.
They're not the worst, no.
No, they be trying to paint the projects like they're like the worst. And I'm like, no, all the people that do all the projects come from other neighborhoods.
This is true.
So I'm like, why we only get the bad rap because they're here. No, they come from their nice neighborhoods and they want to be thugs over here.
Glorifying the life.
Yeah, glorifying the life that nobody else want to glorify. Like, nah, I'm good. I walked through my old neighborhood and I'm like, all the dudes out here who's thugging on the block, y'all didn't grow up here. Y'all all met some chick that lived here and then she became your baby mama and you just never left, even though y'all broke up. like this is not even your hood, son. Like, how are you busting guns? It's not even your hood. like, but but another thing, like raising our children for the world that we live in, opposed to the world that they're growing up in, is totally different. Like I remember back in the days, we can sit there and shoot the dozens. We used to do your mama jokes and all that. Now that's considered this bullyism. Like like people like kids are getting cyberbullied now. Like over the computer, like so they're not even in your face. But
close your computer. Turn it off.
If they start saying stuff, just log out. Like
block them.
Like, why do you? And then and that's what I know with social media. Like you allow yourself to get caught up in situations that you don't have to. You just turn the phone off.
Yeah.
If something stupid is going on, just like
This is why I don't have a Facebook page. It's too much stupid shit going on. Use my language.
There's some real dumb shit going on. You're like, wow.
I can't do it. Now I'm on Twitter frequently. Twitter is my world. Those are my people. But Facebook, I'm like, ooh, they make me nervous.
Some of the videos that come out, you be like, is that really happening? Wow. Like, y'all really took time out your day to do this? Like, oh, that's 15 seconds I can't get back in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
15 seconds of your day you can't get back from them posts.
Can't get back at all. You're like, damn. You're like, I can't get this shit back. But I was what I was gonna say. Oh, like back in the days where it took a village to raise a child. I remember when I was a child, I did something wrong. The lady down the block would tell me how wrong I was. And and I'll get scolded all the way down the block until I get home, and then they'll tell my mom, and I get scolded again. Now you talk to these parents like, "Oh, your kid did this. Hold on, talk to my kid.
Talk to my fucking kid that way."
Like, your fucking kid is a piss hand. Like, no disrespect when the kid's a fucking asshole, man. But a lot of parents learned.
Serious on that.
But a lot of parents learned after this whole remote learning, and you had to be home with them. Yeah, your kid ain't as perfect as you think they are, huh?
Yeah.
You went up in the school talking about, oh, y'all talking to my baby like that. Your baby done cursed you out 4-5 times. I seen it. Because when I was doing remote learning with him, I seen it on the other end where other parents just didn't have control of their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm like, the kid was... I'm like, and you still swear your baby's the best.
Your baby's always the sweetest when the only thing you do is drop them off, pick them up, and put them to sleep.
I think, I'm sorry. I'm going to start telling people, look, your kid's an asshole. I'm just, nothing personal. Just, you need to fix that. Because you're going to have issues in life. And I do think the new generation is being raised with a softer hand. This is why they feel like, they deserve everything. Or everything should be given to them. I'm like, no, son, you got to work and earn it. Like, shit ain't going to fall in your lap.
I'll go wake my two up and they'll tell you, no, it ain't like that here. Dorian can vouch. It ain't like that.
It's crazy. That's one thing I do. That's one thing I do respect from my parents. They did kind of tell me, listen, you got to work for everything you want.
Yeah.
If somebody's somewhere in life, it's because that's where they decided that they want to stop at.
Yeah.
It may not be easy, but actually now it's easier because now, like I said, where everything's on YouTube, you can be like, hey, how do I do this? And they'll give you a whole video. This is how you do it.
Several videos.
How dare we had to find somebody who did it, like, yo, how do you do it?
Mm-hmm. And there's another thing, too, with the generational parenting. If your child has this thing that's called too much pride, they're not going to learn or be willing to learn, especially as an adult. Because now you think that you're entitled.
Yeah, a lot of them do grow up and think they're entitled.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with making a job or getting a job to make the money to pay somebody to do it. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And that's not what I'm saying. But it is a problem when you make the money to pay somebody for the job, then they come and you treat them like shit and you wonder why the job is half done. That goes back to your parent not talking to you properly and telling
Oh,
you
yeah.
no. You have to
Yeah.
tell your children no at a young age so when they hear it when they get older
It's
or
not
someone
a surprising
aggressive with
thing.
them, it's not a shell shock.
Yeah.
It's not a culture shock.
But I
And
think that's how a lot of us, not us, but I mean a lot of our culture, that's how they fell down. A lot of them was very spoiled kids, and their parents gave them everything underneath the sun. And when they got out into the real world, they didn't know how to function when things didn't go their way. They
yeah,
didn't know how to get that job when they rejected them. They didn't know how to act when they got fired. They didn't know how to do a lot of stuff. It's a shell shock. It,
yeah,
And
it's
and for some, I even think that it's more like a pacifier um, with them getting everything they want because of course a lot of us grow up we think we didn't get the opportunity to get the certain things that we wanted. Take that into when we become parents. Now it's like, oh, I didn't get this, but I'm gonna make sure that my kids have this, my kids have that, my kids have this. But at the same
BS.
time, you're creating the monster because you
yeah.
want them to have so much, but you're not showing them that these things come with a sacrifice, or it was this amount of work, this hard work was put in for you to get this. They're not understanding that end, and when they don't, then you get the ones when they get their job, and then the cable man comes in, to hook up the cable. Now they because they're paying them $150, to install the services. Now
They
they
got it like that.
now I can talk to them any kind of way, or no, you're you're paying to fix it, but you still got to be able to treat the person right.
Definitely.
Definitely. No, you're right. But
Customer service goes both ways. It
Mm-hmm.
starts at home.
it
And
does. It
a lot of
does.
people, I know that sometimes I can talk to my children a little rough, and I've been called out on that. Um, by one of our current viewers, I've been called out about that. And and I acknowledge that. But also too, I don't do it in a disrespectful way. You see what I'm saying? I get rough with them because number one, I have a black son. You see what I'm saying? And I want him to know both ends of life. I want him to know the nurturing end from his mama. And I also want him to know that everybody is not going to have the same amount of energy to put towards his BS that I do. So sometimes you got to get off your behind and act like your feet on fire and get it done because everybody is not going to have the same amount of patience. School, grocery store, you walking slow, and he does he does his thing, and I swear I can record him every time he does it. He puts his hood over his head and pull it down. I said, "You gonna wait? Somebody gonna beat your ass, and then that's gonna be the last time you wear a hoodie for a long time." What you mean? I said, okay, put your hoodie on, and I held the hood and I wrapped it up and he couldn't get out of it. He was like, Mama, get it in. No. I said, see, the next person who catches you doing this, if you have some type of beef, it's gonna catch you and you'll get a beat down. And then you're gonna come home crying. You on mute, baby.
It's not even just beef. People are just cold hearted to be cold hearted. They're like, oh, look, he can't see it, so let's just take whatever he got.
Yeah, let's sneak it.
You lacking. You caught lacking. Yep.
Yeah, they catch it. And that's the scary part of it all, unfortunately.
It is. But
Is
that you have to teach them that and make them aware.
and I get why my pops maybe have been hard on me because he understands, yeah, you are a black man in this country
Yeah.
and you are not valued.
No.
So, they're gonna sit there and funk with you on purpose just because of,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, okay, you can't let them get an inch because once you give them an inch, they're gonna just take a whole yard,
Hmm.
and it's just like, damn. So yeah, we gotta be hard on them.
You see, I'm
So
trying to build that tough skin, so when people are trying to mess with him,
he ain't gonna defense mode.
it won't affect him because he's 10 years old. He's 5'4", almost 5'5". He's a solid dude. People gonna try him just for the hell of it. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And he's friendly.
yeah, I have the same problem with my son.
So
He's
people are gonna try him just for the hell of it. So I'm trying to make that exterior just a little more tougher to still keep his loving personality. Because a lot of black men, I'm sorry that you guys have a, a target pretty much on y'all back. And as a mother of a black son, I know what you guys go through, but I can't go through that experience for you. You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
So
This,
so as a woman, a heterosexual woman, we in turn inherit his all of his feelings when you're in a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? So as a black mom, in order to make his life a little easier and whoever he end up with a little easier for him to deal with, we have a lot of hats that we have to wear in order to just mold our black children, especially our black boys.
well, I appreciate you having all those hats,
You
hold,
welcome.
holding them down.
You
And you
welcome.
said something that I believe a lot of women don't do. Like you understand, like when you enter that relationship with that man, all those struggles that he have, yes, they do come into your relationship because how they beat him up in the street, he's gonna come home to you.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to say, you don't have to fight his fight for him, but just knowing that somebody there just to sit there and say, you know what, if you get back up, I'm gonna be right behind you and root you on the very next day. That's half the time. That's all we want.
Yeah.
That's the half the time. That's all we need. We just want to sit there and say, somebody values us and somebody appreciates us, and
Yeah.
we'll get back out there and fight that fight every damn day.
Yeah. Give you something to look forward to the next day.
That's it. That's all. I mean, because it's just crazy. Like, but that's where we gotta teach our kids, man. It's just, but I don't want them to lose their innocence.
Definitely.
I don't want them to lose their positive outlook on life because you know I want them to keep that hope and that beautiful gleam in the eye. But like, yo, the world is my oyster. But I also want them to realize there is there's a whole system trying to bring you down.
Yeah. It's the
There's a
ugly.
whole system, and ugly. And the bad part is the system is now kind of incorporating our own brothers to try to take you down too.
Mhm.
So it's like it's scary. So it's like, how do we? So I can see why my parents, raised me for the world that they lived in because they knew the world they lived in was going to be more uglier than the world that I'm going to grow up in. But it was one of those where the ugliness that we get straight up in our face is now going to be hidden for you. They're going to
Oh
do
yeah.
it on the slide. So I was like, yeah, I can sit there and say that. So I mean, I'm glad my parents. I had the balance. It was one of those. Listen, we're gonna teach you life ain't easy, but we want you to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
I can honestly sit there and say I never needed for anything, and I got occasionally probably more than the average.
Same
They
here.
had, but they had no problem letting me know that they worked hard for it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Lord.
They had no problem letting me know the only reason why I got it is because I deserved it and I worked hard and I was
Yeah.
that up. I was that good kid. Not just getting it because it's the newest or the latest or hottest. They got it because we see you work hard in school. We see that you're a respectable young man. We see that you're trying to be the best, a best version of yourself. So, yeah, take that. That's cool. As long as
Yeah.
you keep living, so And I think that's where a lot of parents, especially new generation, you too busy trying to dress your kid up to be fly, and it's like you're not teaching them the value of the dollar where that's coming from,
Yeah.
and it's just like because when you spend all this design on your children, when they get older and it's time for them to buy it for themselves, and they don't have the money to buy it, they
They ain't
become
gonna do
stick
it.
up kids or whatever.
They ain't gonna do it. Cause I know
They
I
don't
did.
become
Or the parent using as figurines on social
Yeah.
media. That's like I know you've seen it, Big Easy. That it was a picture going around on Facebook. Had this look like years old pumping the come on
yeah,
now, like real.
yeah, yeah. Talking about I'm gonna be the only man you need in your life, mama.
Yeah.
Already killing the baby.
Already pumping gas. No, he was pumping gas. I don't even think he was
Yeah.
like. Yeah, he had to be like 3 or 4. And he wasn't even. The gas was higher than him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why you sit there and take this picture of this baby holding this gas?
Doing
And
it for clout.
yeah, you writing some fake story about how he's seeing you struggling and you want to make sure you're gonna be the man in your life. You won't ever need another man. What?
Char gonna be at her door.
I'm like, somebody need to call the people. Somebody need to call the people on her. Like,
Exactly.
you don't have the baby pumping gas. He look like he's still sitting in a car seat, not a booster seat, a straight up car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much. I
While
mean,
we were talking about the kids and getting what they deserve and the value of money, we also when we talked about the working hard outside of the house, we have to address the gender roles.
oh, we did a show about that a few weeks ago. Are there still gender roles?
Yes and no. There are some women that still believe in gender roles. No, my children rolled, both of them, girl and a boy, rolled the trash cans to the curb today, to be exact. I don't do gender roles in the house. But there are some men who feel like, oh, my son ain't gonna do XYZ.
No.
That's for the woman to do. And that doesn't fly with me, but there are some. And for the listeners, we need to change that. That's another thing with the generational parenting that we need to do. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know if y'all have any, well, I know you don't, you do. I don't know if you have any sisters or whatever. And it might be some things that you were doing that you didn't do, and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we need to get away from that, because if we're talking about equality,
Yeah.
we need to let them know that you can get in there and scrub the floor for the bathroom, the tub, wash dishes, and a load of laundry too. It's not, the domestic stuff is not just for women. We need to teach them at a very young age.
But see, the problem with that is a lot of men need to live on their own before they get into another. Because a lot of men, unfortunately, if you want to talk about gender roles and how things used to be, men are now doing what women did. They go from their parents' house to whoever they're going to be with house. So these
Yep.
men don't live alone, so they don't ever have to cook for themselves. They don't have to clean for themselves because they went from living from their mama to their baby mama and her mama.
Yeah. And the ones who do live on their own, they don't be at their place, so they don't have to do any of that.
Like my thing, like, and the crazy part is, and this is experience that I experienced because I remember dating a woman, and I remember we got into an argument, and the first thing she tried to do was kick me out her house. Listen, newsflash, I have my own apartment. I don't live here. You kick me out. You kick me out is not hurting me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not afraid. I got keys. Bye. Like, I'm not. You're not. You know, and that's the problem. Like, as much as remember they used to sit there and say, "Oh, if a woman pays $1,400 in bills every month, she's not worried about what you're doing. She's not worried about what you're doing tax." Okay, as a man, one, congratulations, you're an adult. You pay your bills. That's your house. You're supposed to pay those bills.
Exactly.
I pay the same bills at my house too. So yeah, what you doing? I mean, like, what are you saying? You can't sit there and try to bribe me with a meal. I can cook for myself.
Yeah.
You can't like what can you like? I clean up after my own house. I clean, do laundry, all that. So to this day, it's like, what do we offer each other to make that strong union? Because this is not 30 years ago where the man can have a factory job and take care of the whole family and pay all the bills, and the mother, if she chooses, could stay home and just be a stay-at-home mom. This is not the economy for that no more, depending on
Yeah.
what state you're living in. And I believe like that's generational parenting. We're teaching the females that this is how you do this. This is how, and then teaching males this is what you do. Like I have a Spanish homeboy, Puerto Rican, and his household was totally different. His sister was up cooking and cleaning by the time she was 7, like doing everything in the house, and he was still being lazy. Like at the age of 12, like okay,
Hmm.
yeah, he threw out the garbage, but because his pops was working, he didn't really have to pay no bills. So he's
Hmm.
not, and they're like, not to knock my Latino brothers and sisters out there, but when your baby is like 1, can we not call him Poppy? Because you're already putting that in his mind that I'm the daddy of the household.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You do when he's getting 5. Oh, Poppy, no Poppy crying. Oh, what you need, Poppy? And y'all run his aid, and it's like,
Yeah.
like I had a homeboy who was a grown man living with his grandmother, Spanish. His grandmother still did everything. She was like in her 70s. Like he literally still got food put on the plate for him. She cooked for him all the time. And I'm like, dude, you're a good 30 years old. Let your mama rest. Let your grandmama rest. You get in there. You cook and you clean. You take it like, come on, man. Like, like what's going on? But that's the older generation teaching the new generation. And I remember he got himself a black girlfriend, and she wasn't about that. She was like, "Listen, I do for you if you do for me, but don't think I'm coming over here trying to be a wife. I'm not here to replace your grandmas. And he didn't like it because it was like she thought for herself. She was very independent, but in his culture, he expected the woman to do everything, and it was just like, nah, that ain't fly with me, B. I had a strong grandmother. She made sure all her boys did everything they supposed to do. They know how to cook, clean, and all that. So why can't you?
Yeah. Definitely.
So
And that's what I'm trying to instill in mine. He don't like it.
actually, my son loved cooking. He want to make his own breakfast. So I get the little footstool out. So he's standing at the stove with me, and we cook it up. So he
Mm.
wants to be independent. Like he wants to learn how to do all these things.
That's
And I'm
good.
like, good, because after a while you can cook me breakfast. Like, but that's gender roles is part of parenting from the past that we need to fix.
We definitely need to get it changed, or just a different way of thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I said, we all we're like, oh, that's how my parents did it. That's how my parents did it. Okay, that don't mean it was right.
No.
That's just how your parents did it because that's the only way they could do it.
Yeah.
So now,
And I mean, different
Do
strokes
better.
for different folks.
yeah, but when you know better, you do better. So now that we know different, we can make different choices.
Yeah.
At least try to make different choices because I do know my pops was very old school, but I can
Hmm.
also sit there and say there was times when I seen him like actually trying to change with the times. Like, okay, I don't have to do it this way, and I could still get the same result. Like one day he woke up and was like, all right, 2 + 2 = 4, just like 3 + 1 = 4. So he was like, I don't have to do it my way for it to get done. So I mean, I could sit there and say that, and he was, so that was cool. And the fact that he actually made them few little changes, I was like, well, shit, okay, like I'm with it.
Old dog, new treat.
It was like, but that's what now I'm like looking at my son. I'm like, all right, your life gonna be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if my pops can change for me, I can switch my life around for you, as long as it's like within reason. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say do whatever you want, I got your back. No, but I could sit there and say, hey, if I iron up your clothes for the weekend, you sit there and say, Dad, I want to wear this. Let him wear it. I don't care. It's on you.
Yeah.
You know. But
That's why
that's
I like the way I got things in my household. My youngest daughter, she's seeing that a man can be around cooking, doing the laundry, cleaning up the house, so that way around, whenever she finds a boyfriend for herself, now she's like, okay, he wasn't doing this. My daddy did this. Why isn't he doing this? My daddy, why isn't he opening the door for me?
that's how you do it. Like, and she gonna run into some dude and like, you're just nasty. How you don't clean up after
Yep.
yourself? My daddy do it. You're nasty. Why your toilet like this? You're nasty. I'm going home. Take me home. Your toilet's too nasty.
The toilet is a big thing. If
No,
you hold there, go use it.
I know women pay attention to that toilet, boy. They come into the house, they be expecting a whole bathroom. Like, oh god, his bathroom is clean. Ow,
Not the owl.
ow. I ain't gotta hover. I can sit down. Ow. But that's how it is. I mean, it's crazy because
I ain't even there.
for real, like I feel good when a woman come over and say, "Oh, can I use your bathroom?" Yeah, because it's clean, baby. You
Oh,
gotta use my bathroom, baby. Yeah, use my bathroom. It's fine with me. I want you to. Nah, but it's serious, and we don't realize how so many other issues affect one another. Like wow, like how we gender roles is generational parenting. We teach the sons what to do, and we teach the daughters what to do because that's what parents taught the kids. And now we in a generation where everybody does everything.
Yeah. I was brought up in a household where I had to do everything. I was the last. I'm the youngest. I was the last one at the house. Um, so I did it all. I cut the grass. I raked the grass. I smashed the bushes. Threw out the trash. Speed brake. Old the transmissions. I done did it all. I done cooked. I done baked. So the generation, the gender roles. No, it ain't flying here.
That's what it is. You learn how to do everything. There's no roles. That's it. One night I cook, one night you cook. The nights
No, I like cooking. That don't bother me. Just fold the clothes up.
no,
I got to cook it.
yeah.
I got to cook it.
I did
Just
laundry.
laundry.
I did laundry last Thursday. That shit's still in the laundry bag.
See?
Yeah, she's
Lacking,
gonna
bro.
fold the clothes, bro.
Just fold them.
Yep.
I throw them in the washer and the dryer for you. Just fold them.
Shit, I could do the washer and the dryer. How you fold them? Shit. Like they still in the goddamn. It's in the laundry bag in the shopping cart. Like I ain't touching that shit.
Look,
See, and
my
it's
Chicago
that's
night.
why I do mine. That's why as soon as I do my laundry, I instantly, as soon as I get something out the dryer, I'm folding it because I know if I let everything pile up, I'm just gonna sit there and be like, damn, I feel like folding all these damn clothes.
No, Chicago night is my laundry night.
Oh, my
So
bad.
you fold the clothes.
I'm folding the clothes. Okay. Since you put it that way, like okay. Shit. I hope I don't get a cramp. God damn it. I gotta fold everybody's clothes?
I'll to you.
Yeah, I gotta fold everybody's clothes in the whole house?
All of them.
Damn.
I'll box them up. It'll be about 12 boxes, but I'll box them up.
12 boxes? Good lord. No, How about I just look, the laundromat up the block got the drop-off service? They wash, dry, and fold them up and put them back inside the bag for you. They already folded.
I don't care how it gets done. These little puppies ain't doing it.
See what happens? See, Fine, I do.
I ain't got no shame. I will live out of a laundry basket. I have no shame. Get it out in the morning, flop it, and iron it.
You still iron. You know how people don't iron anymore?
Iron.
I iron my children's school uniform. Nah, I didn't say I iron my clothes.
Oh. I iron everything. I iron his uniforms. I iron my clothes.
Mhm.
I need an iron. I don't know how this new generation walk around with no ironing. Then again, their clothes are so tight. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, they don't need to. Yeah.
Even the dudes walk around with skinny jeans on. They just
Chris,
like, dude, your nuts need to breathe, yo.
I don't see how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either. I'm like, like you got on leggings, my dad. Like, what are you doing?
All right.
And they still have the nerve to try and sag them.
And sagging.
You can't even sag them. That means they buy the pants too small.
Too small just to wear them around their butt and hold them when they walk. I don't get it. With a belt on.
With a belt on. It'd be in the middle of winter. They'd be like, yo, man, son, it's mad cold outside. I'm like, that's because your pants ain't covering your butt.
Exactly.
Maybe you pull them up a little
In
bit.
your body.
Keep the heat in your body. They're like, It'd be funny too. They're gonna get arthritis in the knees because they gotta walk funny to try to keep the pants up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's
Young girl.
But my thing is, I'm like, they still. But what's scary part is these dudes be having babies. Like, there's a woman out there who finds it sexy. Somebody,
She be intoxicated. She don't know no better.
nah, bro, nah. She's straight sober. Don't even go there.
I tried. I'm only gonna try once. So.
I love him. Oh my god, he's such a thug.
It's not a thug.
I used to be remember I used to be the talk. All the chicks were like, I want me a man who's a thug. I'm like, if you got a real thug, you ain't got no man. You married to the streets. It's all right to have a dude that's assertive. It's all right to have a dude that's gonna protect his family. But you talking about you a thug? Guy, when you got a gun upside your head, don't say nothing.
Nah, they want a thug. They just wanted the bad boy. That's all it was.
No, that's not.
They want that street life.
They want that street life, but then they want him to go to brunch.
Nah, that ain't
I love the street nigga. Come on, baby, let's go to a museum.
happening. Wait for front. We just went in the house at 9, 10 o'clock that morning.
Yeah, for real. And I watched one. Like I watched one. Like he was straight hood. This chick used to love him. She used to try to sit all night. She used to try to sit outside all night with him because her grandmother didn't like him being in the house. So, so she was, she like, you gotta go in the house when I go in the house. He's like, yo, but I'm not going nowhere until I finish selling all this. So I'm like, y'all outside at 4 something in the morning. I'm going home. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to bed.
My French, but ain't no sex, and I'm trying because it's Lent and I'm trying not to cuss. Ain't no sex of any kind that good for me to be sitting outside in the cold and or hot. I live in Alabama, baby. Mosquitoes don't sleep, okay? I'm not sitting outside to be a snack for them. When you finish, you know where I'll be at. That's just plain and simple.
Well, I mean, that's stuff you can do when you live alone. But if you still shacking up with grandma or mommy, they're like, I don't like that dude you mess with. You gotta try to sneak him in.
No. I'll come to you for a hot couple of hours and then I'm gone.
I ain't mad at you. I never got that. Unless you one of the top dogs in the food chain, selling drugs. I can't be a corner boy because I remember I had a friend.
No.
He pulled out a wad of cash out his pocket, and we went to the store, and he asked me for $5. I looked at him like, all that money. He said, all this money ain't mine.
Right here.
He was like, yo, this is like $300, but I only keep like 50 of it. I said, no, you a dumbass.
Yeah.
$8 per hour.
So you trying to say that all that, $50 is all you get out of that $300 you got, and you the one been on the block all day.
A pimp. That's all corner boys are, pimps. They're whores.
No, they're the whores.
Allegedly.
No shit. Damn. Even whores, I mean, I guess get money. They might even from the sex they get if the dude know what he doing.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, I'm not a whore. I thought
Are
about it.
you on?
Look, I thought about being an escort one time. I'm not gonna lie.
During the pandemic?
No, this was before the pandemic.
Slinging that pandemic ping.
This is before the pandemic. I was young and strapping in my 20s, and I was like, yes,
No.
I got energy to kill. I might as well make some money. But then it was like, nah, they're like, I can't be an escort. That's not cool. Nah, escort during the pandemic there was no escorting. Everything was OnlyFans.
I don't know.
Everybody was making money off the internet, showing their bodies.
Now, one of my friends that I know, I wouldn't call her a friend. Let's call her an associate of an associate. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to get you.
She said 6 degrees of separation.
Yes, thank you. You just said OnlyFans. She signed. Is this the second hour?
Oh, it's the second hour.
She signed. Gotta use that one finger to excuse yourself from church.
Oh wow.
She signed up for that weird website where men buy your panties.
She made a killing, didn't she?
Man,
She made a killing.
I almost thought about it,
She made
but
a
I
killing.
don't like shopping. I ain't won't have to go buy no more drugs.
I fully understand.
But yeah, she made a killing.
Made a killing.
She paid the car off last year. She had only had it for like, I want to say like 2.5 years, brand new off the lot. Yeah.
That's money. Yo, yeah, there's a kink out there for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say. Like I said, I ain't gonna sit there and say I haven't been a panty collector in my day, but I ain't never paid for them. It's just real women, like, you're not getting these back, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But she was just selling them. Like, how long did she have to wear them for? Like, all day?
It's different ones require different things. They want you to take a shower, take a bath, because I asked, because I might have done it, but I didn't. So I inquired. And yeah, some of them, they want you to wear them all night while you sleep, and you have to mail them off at a certain time so we can get to them within, a day. Some of them, they want you to wear every time. They want you to wear after you have sex. They want it all. Ugh.
Why would I want? Oh no!
That's the name of the site.
Sniffer.
Wow. Name of the site is called Sniffer. Appropriate name.
The name of it is called Sniffer. Sniffer.com. I swear.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I see you over there typing easy.
No, I'm not typing. I'm not typing now. Wait till you go off air, okay? Because if the women can make money, listen, I can.
Oh.
Listen, can I sell my drawers after I play basketball or something?
Oh.
No washing them, nothing.
Hey, it's a kink out there for everybody.
Right.
Straight after the
Yes, smelly, sweaty balls. There's a kink out there for everybody. I'm telling you, man. Like, there's some weird stuff, man. I can't call nobody kink weird. I'm not gonna call nobody kink weird.
Kink shame and look at you.
Yeah, I can't kink shame. I know we did that on the fetish episode. I can't kink shame. That's what you into is what you into,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always into some shit, but I ain't gonna front. I got one weird kink that I want to experience before I leave this house. Yo, you know how don't judge me, okay?
Don't judge me here, honey.
You know how I want to do a chick while she got one of the mascot heads on.
So you want to be a furry?
Word.
Bird, yeah.
Yeah, I want like a dolphin or some shit, you know, or get a unicorn.
So, do you want to also have on one?
No, I'm asthmatic. I probably won't be able to breathe well. It won't be the same.
Okay, I'll let you slide with that one.
Like that's some hot shit right there.
But just the head?
Just
Just
the
the
head.
Okay.
Well, maybe the top half of the costume. Just,
Gotcha.
yeah, because I'm gonna need access to the bottom, so she gotta have. But she can wear the top part of the mascot.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but yeah, they make them specifically. So
That's why I asked.
No,
yeah,
I know.
someone did the research.
I mean, if you have a thought about it, like, hey, do you do it? Yep, they do.
Costumes are available year round.
I know. I got my subscription to Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and they're cheap the day after
That's
Halloween.
right. 50% off.
Exactly. Oh, I don't knock it. You'll have to refer back to our what episode was that? Was it November? I think it was when we went down the rabbit hole when I was
Yeah,
talking
down the
about
rabbit hole. Yeah.
when I was talking about pegging. You have to go back to that.
No,
I didn't say you.
no pay. That's weird.
Hey,
I'm not.
Wait,
No. How do you look at a dude like normal after that? Like, dude, you let her do what? Like,
I won't tell.
like, so you trying to peg somebody, huh?
I wouldn't tell. I wouldn't even look at you and say, "Hey." It definitely have to be somebody I don't know.
Oh, definitely have to be sorry you don't know. Okay, yeah, because you won't look at the person the same way. Like, you won't tell, but you be looking,
I hit him.
like I smashed him. Yeah, I hit that.
That's your man. Oh, my bad.
Oops. I guess he be farting a lot, huh?
Just a little bit. You ain't right.
I ain't wrong either.
You are
I
not
ain't
right.
wrong either. Like,
Oh, Ashley.
that's it, little pagan. That wow. I mean,
Be the same.
nah, some dudes is into it. I just don't.
Yeah, some
I
dudes.
remember I seen an episode of Real Sex. Remember Real Sex on HBO from way back in the day?
Yes.
Saying you're showing your age.
I know I am. There was an episode where they was talking about anal play, and I remember there's a whole bunch of women. And then I realized, oh snap, there's a man in the mix, and he likes to have a butt plug in him. And I was like, and the dude is and this is weird, like how you interview somebody while this is going on. He's like, so you don't like for her to, reach around and jerk you off? He's like, no, I just like the anal sensation. I'm like,
To each his own.
listen, I understand you into what you're into. I just don't. I know that the male G spot is located. I'm fine if that never gets touched a day in my life.
Agreed.
I'm cool. Like I'm alright.
About that Dorian was talking about the tank.
The tank right there in the middle. Yo, man, almost punched a chick in the face for touching that. She was sitting there. She was. That was it. Keep your hands on the balls. Keep your hands on the balls. You move too far back. You move too far back.
Too far.
You move too far back, son. What you doing? Let me touch my taint, yo. What the hell?
The fact that it's called the tank lets you know that it shouldn't be played with.
Yeah, because it ain't. Come on. It shouldn't be called the taint. It should be called the ain't. Don't just leave it alone.
The ain't.
That's what I call it. Tape the ain't. Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
And I don't see how people just be like, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, but like I can't kink shame. Like, yeah, so, yo, yeah, like I was saying right before the show started, right? I was telling a story about how I had an awkward moment. So I was dealing with this young shorty, and I remember her telling me in the middle of our session, she'll do anything for me. So I had to ask her again, you do anything? She said, I'll do anything. So I'm not wrapped too tight.
Clearly.
And the first thing that came to my mind was Old McDonald. Yes, I had her making farm noises. Don't judge me.
I'm trying to see if there's a problem with that. Were you intoxicated?
No, half the stuff I do, majority of the stuff I do, I'm not intoxicated.
Okay.
I'm not Jamie Foxx. I'm not blaming nothing on alcohol. I know what I did.
Okay. So did she complete the task? Did she
Yeah,
understand
she is.
this
Yeah.
time?
Oh, yeah. Bark like a duck. She dog like a dog. She moved like a cow. She quacked like a duck. I don't know if she did a pig. But I know definitely a dog, a cow, and a duck was in there.
Was satisfaction accomplished?
I don't really think it was satisfaction. It was just one of those, let me see what I can get away with. Did you ever do something you be like, let me see if this works? And then it works, you be like, oh shit, it worked. That was one of those moments. It was one of those moments like, I can't believe I just did that. Yeah.
Plead the fifth.
Fine, plead the fifth. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with making animal noises.
I've never done that, but that's interesting. Something to do when I'm drunk.
But she's gonna think about it while she's sober.
It must have definitely. I have to think about it while I'm sober. This, by the way, is a sober episode.
Wow.
That's awesome.
When I see you, it's on site. That's the second time this week, and today we
Wow, what'd you do, son?
countdown 4 days on site. I'ma find you.
Well, if anything happened to you, can I have your stereo? I'm just saying, do people still have stereos like yours? Just saying, just put that down the right. If I go missing, you can have my stereo.
I'll send them.
It's recorded. You can have it.
Oh, I was told I can have it. It's recorded. We're gonna take it back to the YouTube.
Yeah. That's his advance directive.
Oh wow. Wow.
So, have you ever had an awkward moment during sex? I know we had a couple of your sneaky teenager sex stories on the show.
But we need the awkward stuff.
Nah.
See?
Honest, I never had anything awkward.
Like you never was in the middle of it, and then you had a weird thought cross your mind, like I gotta do laundry.
Nah, cause I was too much into it. To me, if I had a thought come across my mind like that, then I wasn't enjoying myself. I was just in the motion, and it's hardly where I'm in just the motion.
Shit, I had a couple awkward moments. Fuck it. There was that time I caught an asthma attack.
I would have beat you in your chest.
I caught a whole asthma attack. That shit was funny as hell. But the bad part is I kept going.
So you gonna for your
I kept my pump in the bed next to me. So when you're trying to take a puff, it's hard to keep the same motion while you try to take a puff. So you're trying to figure out what's going on, and she see me like, I'm like, don't stop, we good, we good.
This pussy's to die for, see?
Because what my philosophy was when it came to sex? enjoy it as much as you can because you don't know when you're gonna get it again.
Valid point.
Because every time might be your last time. And I mean, so
Speaking from experience.
yeah, Cause you ever had that one moment where you're like, damn, I could have pulled out all the tricks. Oh my god, I'm gonna get it next time. Next time, there's no next time. It's like, fuck. Like I could have put in work.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
Like I said, you never know when it's gonna be the last time. So you're gonna gotta do what you're doing like you're doing it for TV.
I've had to leave in the middle of sex, but I haven't thought about it. I had to leave in the middle of sex. I know some awkward stories about people, but I don't have it. I've literally jumped up in the middle of someone performing oral sex and said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna be late for work." I guess that's a thought. And then I
not awkward. That's real life. Just do stuff before you have to go to work.
I left and never called again. That's okay.
Oh, did you really have to go to work, or was just saying, nah, you ain't it, bro?
I plead the fifth. You asked for a story. You didn't ask for details.
Well, I'm trying to ask for a true story.
That is very true.
The true story, no, you're right. The story is true. That's what happened. Whether you really had to go to work or not, we don't know. But that's okay.
Was in the past. I don't remember.
She had too many wines to remember.
I had way too many wines and way too many marijuana.
Way too many marijuana. Let me get one weed. One weed, please.
You sound judgy, very judgy.
No, Mr. Marijuana Man, let me get one weed.
Tell me what.
That's all it is, man.
I went to an HBCU, so I've seen a lot of things. People come from behind walls, sneaking to the boys' dorm, things like that. But
That's not awkward, though.
well, if you got caught in the boys' dorm by the roommates and you wasn't supposed to be there, and you end up having to spend 3 or 4 days there, that's awkward.
Damn, how did you go to class? You spent 3 or 4 days?
You just don't go. Sometimes it was like a long weekend. Sometimes it was like on a Friday.
Right.
You couldn't leave until Monday morning or something like that. It just depends on. But I'm a good girl.
Look, you may be a good girl. That's fine. But, we're all human. So we've done things. That's all. Overall, you could be the greatest person in the world, but somewhere down the line, we all got old stories.
You said whole stories? Whole stories are different from awkward stories.
Now I have done it in a staircase before.
Oh, bro, that's in the handicapped bathroom at an office.
Respectful.
Can't
You
say
need
what
some living room?
I did it in the basement of a Starbucks next to the cups.
Did the cups catch
Please
you?
tell me you weren't employed then.
I was an employee then.
Oh God.
Oh,
That was like 20 years ago, though.
I had some extra in it. Gotcha.
It was 20 years ago. So maybe if they wondering why they got extra foam and latte, that's
Sexy.
sexy time.
Give me a double shot.
It's good. Just where the places I had sex. Yeah, I mean, weird.
Wasn't at the pier.
Because I don't have a lot of weird. I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of whole stories. I just have awkward, sexy time moments, like where you be like, what? Like I remember one time this young lady, she was performing the fellatios, and what happened was she had lipstick on, So she left her lipstick print on my underwear. And then she got mad because I had lipstick on my underwear. And I'm like, but you
You caused it.
should think somebody else did it. I'm like, you're crazy. But yeah, it was good though. Some of the goodest poo in the world.
No animal noise is involved.
No, not that one. That one was that that was me and her did something else. But I mean, not that. We not discuss that.
I'm trying to see about any whole stories. I would know.
Do I have whole stories? Oh man, I had. Ooh, I got no. I was a whore. I it was my birthday one year. I forgot what year it was. But I remember I had three different women in the same day.
Hmm.
'Cause I had one come over for breakfast, then I met up for one for lunch,
Oh.
and then another one came down to the city in the evening. Cause my birthday's at the end of June, so that was also like Pride weekend. So she came down that night to go to the parade the next day. So I was a whore that whole day. I was tired the next day.
And dehydrated.
No,
Yeah.
I keep water. I put water in the house. I was fine. I put water in the fire. Yeah. I think I lost some pounds that day though. Yeah, it was real.
A
But
lot of extra cardio.
but I stopped being a hoe because and the reason why I stopped being like that. Oh, disrespectful, Mr. Metro North for the background. I'm sorry.
Just ambient.
Yeah, I just stopped being that because honestly, I stopped. I got tired of changing my sheets.
Oh, fuck me. Come on now.
What? No, because after you smash, because most of the time the women was coming to my house. So because having your own crib was like a wonder to some women. Like
You got
you
out
live
of
alone.
laundry so you can tired to post. Wrong button.
Yeah, but yeah, I had to stop being a hoe because I got tired of changing my sheets. I mean, you get mad. Like I get tired of doing laundry. Like you have a chick come over on Wednesday or Thursday. All right, you smash. Then you got a new one coming over on Saturday. I gotta change my sheets. And then if I'm doing laundry, that's two sets of sheets I gotta clean. Oh, nobody got time for that. So I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna live righteous, yo. I'm just gonna live righteous. Then I got tired of seeing the same movie like 3 times, 4 times in a row. I literally watched Matrix Revolutions when it first came out. I had to watch that movie 3 times because I saw with 3 different women. I can't do it. I'm tired. By the time I saw it, I was like, no, I don't want to watch this movie again. But I had to.
Had it ever crossed to you to say, I already watched it?
No, because they don't know I'm out there being a whore. So they think, oh, we're gonna see it together for the first time because they're like, I want to see this movie with you. Okay. Then they all get mad, like, you saw it without me?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was like, come on, let's go back to the movies.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
So after a while, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna live righteous. I can't do it.
Oh, dang.
It's all right. It's cool. It
I
was
don't know
all
what to say.
Makes
You
life
know?
easier.
just got tired.
See his face.
You got tired?
Huh?
What happened?
He said something about it being easier when you're not a whore or some shit like that. And
Very easy when you're not a whore. It is.
the whores have more fun, I heard.
No, not really. It depends on what your mindset is. Because my thing is, if you're being a whore because you have nothing else to do, it's not fun. Because, eventually, being a whore, nobody's there to call, nobody want to come over. You're like, I'm just lonely. La, 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 la,
Oh,
la.
Care Bear want a hug.
And I actually want to start caring about somebody. I can't do that if I'm a whore.
So let me see. So you were around. My friend and I we talked about this. So you had to be around 33, 35 when you had that epiphany.
Yeah, yeah. My son was born when I was 35, and after that, I was like, you know what, I gotta chill.
Hmm.
Because me being a whore is why he came around.
Oh,
It's like, yeah,
allegedly.
allegedly. No, I was man. That's it. But no, yeah, you know, yeah, it was about, yeah. I mean, I had it in my mind before he came around. I just got tired of lying. I just got tired of changing sheets.
It's so much easier when you tell the truth. Yeah, I'm fucking her and I'm fucking you too. Wear a condom and you wear a condom and boom, I'm good. It's so much easier when you tell the
You know,
truth.
see, but back then, women wasn't on that wave like they are now. See, now you tell a chick, yo, listen, I'm doing mine. I'm doing my thing. She's like, well, I'm doing my thing too. Back then, it was like, oh, you sleep, oh, you
No,
messing with anybody else. I don't want nothing to do. I'm like, but I want to keep you in the
no,
stable.
no. You'll be surprised how many women will cooperate if you tell them the truth. Yeah, you're not the only one who I'm seeing. And that lets her know what she needs to do with her life, how to conduct herself. If you're honest up front, just like a married dude, for instance, if he's saying, yeah, I'm in a situation, I have a wife, we're separated. You're allowing her to say, okay, yeah, we'll fool with each other. We can hang out, we can smash whatever. But if you're saying that I'm not married or I just got out of a marriage, knowing that you're still married, and now she's thinking that all are together or whatever, and you're the only one, or she's the only one, then you are at that point conducting her life instead of vice versa. And that's where all the bullshitness come in at, because you're not giving her the right to be the author of her story at that moment. If you tell her, yeah, I got two on my team, are you trying to be the third? And she, or no, you can't conduct her life.
I don't want her to say no, though.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's the reason why we never sat there honest. We didn't want you to say no. I wanted to do. I want the whole have it, the whole stable, the whole starting five.
No,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit there and say it was wrong. I'm not gonna say it wasn't wrong. It was very
just be
selfish.
honest.
It was very
Just be
selfish.
Just be honest. I know that I have fooled around with a guy. He was fooling with at least one or two other people, but I knew how to conduct myself. We wore a condom and it wasn't no oral sex. So my, oh no, so about my phone, you.
I hear that. That's crazy.
But I
That's
knew what he was called. He was a tool.
he was a tool. See, I don't think I see, but you know, the bad part, as much as I was doing what I was doing, I actually cared about these women. I wasn't like one of those cold-hearted dudes. Like, I'm like, oh, I kind of care about your well-being. Just care about more than one of y'all.
Healthy and available for you. That's something you cared about.
Oh, I mean, when they sit there and had hard times, I was like, oh, come, you want to talk about it? And we don't even have to be naked.
This time. But the next time it's gonna cost you. I'm just translating.
It is gonna cost.
I'm just translating.
No, that's exactly what it is. Like, if you ain't gonna be naked this, we can keep our clothes on this time. I know you're going through something. Let's work this out. But next time, or if you stay until the morning, because you know if it's that bad, I'll let you spend the night. But in the morning, you got to pay the piper.
Not to say that you didn't try in between.
No, I didn't try in between. I was a man
Lies.
of my word.
Lies.
Now in the morning, I'll start some shit.
Clothes on now. Come on. You done been a teenager before.
No, but the crazy part is, I didn't start my sexual career until I was like 18.
Okay.
I was a late bloomer, so I wasn't really. I wasn't out there, you know, like 16, 15. When all my friends was around, talking about, yo, I got some last night. I'm like, get some, you got some what? I'm like, got some, like, I'm serious, like, got some what? Because I didn't know what they was talking about, because I was into my video games, you know. I was like,
Right down there.
sex wasn't on my mind. When I hit 18, I was like, oh, let me see what this is about. Oh, okay. Now it's like crack, you know. Look, I blame sex on why my life is not as successful as it should be.
Lies.
No, I do. Because I spent so much energy on trying to get the poo-tang. I know I missed opportunities to further my life, to do other things. I'm like, shit. Because, man, listen. And I remember when I was 20, I was dating this chick, and I was so pussy whipped. Like, I ain't. Listen. Y'all like saying you coming outside? No, I'm waiting for Shelly to call me. All I was trying to do was be up in her twat. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't like, so I know life would have been totally different if I just
Let
like,
it come to you.
yeah, if I'm already yeah, because chasing that
I,
shit.
I experienced it early, but it wasn't something that I was constantly chasing.
They got yeah, right there. They got
I'm glad you wasn't chasing it, cause yeah, cause when I started chasing it, I ain't give a fuck about nothing else.
I've never chased anything.
I wasn't
Like
chasing that. I was chasing relationships.
yeah, that's another thing too. I had my mistresses, but I also had my relationships too.
Your mistress is at 18.
No, I had a mistress when I was 24. When
Oh,
I
okay.
when I first got my apartment, and this is what I'm trying to say, like peer pressure is real. Like I had a girlfriend I was dating, you know, got my apartment, but my people was just like, son, you got your own crib, you just gonna settle down with one chick, you mad young, you ain't got no kids. I'm falling into the hype, you know. I start being a whore, you know, and it's just like I should have just stuck with one chick, you know, because all the other chicks was worth shit.
We're always gonna have that one that gets away.
Yo, damn, bro, you be like, damn, I really messed up, huh? Like, fuck it. Then you gonna be a whore because you're trying to put it ain't affecting me, it ain't affecting me, yo, it ain't affecting me. I'm just gonna get the next chick. And the next time and all you think about is her while you stroking the next chick, like, I'm like, you know, it's just like, you know, can't get you out of my system, girl.
I'm
It's
gonna sit
terrible.
here like this until the end.
It's terrible. I told you, this is stuff men won't admit to. You know, when you got a certain chick on your mind, she's on your mind. You can do whatever you want with whoever. It ain't gonna be enjoyable. You're just doing it because that's what you think you need to do.
So I'm gonna ask you this: if it's the one that you just talked about, the one that y'all don't want to admit, marry someone else to kind of fill that hole and still be mad that
Oh, wait, hold up. Why is there so much stuff in the chat room? We missing stuff. Oh, my bad, Toya. I'm so sorry. I didn't
No,
realize you
that's why I was
listened.
saying she was asking for the site.
Oh, sniffers? Oh, she want to make
Yeah.
money? Oh, yeah, but, yeah, you said, will
SNIFF.
we marry somebody? Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you get married, if you get married to someone else who you love, but you still have that one that you got away, what you keep thinking about, does she still pop up in your head? The
Yeah.
one that got away?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never
I mean,
been.
you won't be sitting there thinking, no, I mean, you won't sit there and be thinking about, oh, I still want to be with her and I can't believe I messed up. But you always have the moments where you're like, you know, she was a good chick and I really, you know, I made a mistake. Like, don't get me wrong. It don't mean I don't love my new wife. It don't mean I love my wife any less.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my wife is not just as special, but I just know that, you know, okay, I did meet a woman before my wife that meant, if not, you know, about the same level, or if not, my wife probably means more.
Yeah.
But I do need that special one, you know, like, where did I read? Like, most men, um, I'll get the details for a later show. They said most men have three great loves of their life, you know?
I've heard about that. Yeah.
You know, so after three great loves, they're just like, listen, I'm just trying to find somebody to cohabitate with, you know?
I've heard about that too.
Yeah, like but sometimes we have to want to get away,
Yeah.
and it's not that. Oh my God, you never measure up to her, baby. No, it's just like, yo, she was a good woman. I fucked up. I wonder how she's doing. Okay, then you go back. All right, I got a loving wife at home. I'm good.
Yeah. Or she, you even think about it. She was a good fit, and then even if you're going through something in your current relationship, you're like, damn, if I didn't have to deal with this with the
With
other
the
one.
other one. No, I had that moment like, yo, when I was getting short, I didn't have to go through none of this, yo. Fuck.
That ain't what you wanted, though.
Then she do that thing. You be like, all right, you get away with it. Just like,
That ain't
damn,
what you wanted, though.
this girl is crazy. You be like, yeah, but not what I wanted. You're right.
I'm just kidding.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So, have you? Since we're talking about sex right now, have you ever had a weird moment during sex with multiple partners?
No, I've never had multiple partners.
Okay, me
What
either.
about,
I'm being interested.
because I would ask the same question to her, like, hey, what about yourself?
No, no,
No, I've never had multiple partners. So
no.
wait,
Right?
do running a train somebody count?
What?
Like, I can't say I had a threesome, but I ran a train on somebody before.
Oh, you said okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought you said. Okay, does running a train count? Sure. Have you ever had whatever the question was that I asked you happen?
I can't say it was a weird moment. It was just funny. Like, you running a train on, somebody, and your people's is giving high fives and shit. Like, yeah, yeah, son, we smashing this chick, son.
Huh.
What?
I'm thinking. You gotta write this down.
Uh,
No, sugar cookies. I mean, I
you,
don't know.
you
Like,
just became inspiration for a book.
for a
No, no,
bit.
no, 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 no.
Like, I really wanted to. I really wanted to interview a chick who like get trains ran on her. Like, so how do you feel afterwards? Like,
You.
do you feel like used, accomplished? Like, like you just had about five penises into you randomly around the same time. Are you okay with that?
In several holes.
Simultaneously. Because I'm like, I just want to interview one woman and be like, how was that train session for you? Like, did you feel like an express train, a local? Like, was you like Long Island Railroad or something? Was you
The
Amtrak?
bullet. Fast train.
Was it a bullet train? Was the experience fast, or was it like a slow locomotive and it just took forever to get to where it was going? Oh, you know what? I do have a weird story. Yes. I
Uh-oh.
wasn't part of it, but okay, this is what happened. Boom, check it, right? This is back when I was young. And so my homeboy, it was summertime. I didn't work some youth. He didn't work some youth because I guess our parents being too much. And what happened was he had, not my homeboy, but his other homeboy was over at the crib and they made a phone call. He had a chick come through. Okay, so something was about to happen. But what happened was, Shorty came through with her kid. Yes. So at that point, I was like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, yo, she brought her kid while we supposed to run a train. I'm not feeling that. So what I
You
was
got a
like,
baby in between strokes.
yeah, so I was like, you know what? I didn't know if I wanted to leave or make sure Shorty didn't catch his mom's in a compromising situation. So I wound up like, sticking around just to chill with Shorty, let him watch the movie or whatever. And they did whatever they did. And by the time they came out, she said, I don't know why you had to sit with him. He was watching the movie. He was good. He had his food. I'm like, what kind of fucking mother are you?
The young one.
You bring your kid to a jump off session.
Ain't nobody babysit.
Found a summer camp. Like, unless she missed registration. I was like, yo. I was like, nah, this ain't real. I said, nope. I said, I can't be.
I actually felt bad after I got the brain session. Felt bad for her.
Yeah. You feel bad. You feel like, because motherfuckers get disrespectful in sessions like that. Like, you're not I'm not treating you like my girl. I'm not even treating you like my side piece. You're just vag right now at this point. Mm-hmm. So I'm smutting you out. You know, like, to the worst way. You know? I'm shooting my load all over your face. I don't care about you. Go home. I don't care.
So do you think a bunch of women can run a train on a man? Not including Peggy?
No. Because he probably enjoyed it too much. It would be called a train or a reverse train.
Reverse train, yeah.
But I don't think he would feel used. He probably feel like it's his birthday. Like,
that's what I was thinking. That's why I had to write it down to try to logistically figure that part out. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, is it the same where, let's say women, let's say there's women out there, they're friends and they had the same dude. Is it different from, when dudes have the same chick?
No, that's more like Eskimo fans or Eskimo partners.
Yeah, because my thing is, I know a group of chicks and it was like 3 of them and they all smashed the same dude. And it was just like, and they was really talking like, oh yeah, fuck that nigga. Like, wait a minute. Like, y'all talk about it like this is cool. Like, this is what y'all do?
Oh, yeah, call the same body. Yeah, they're Eskimo twins at that point. Or triplets if it's 3 of them.
Like, wow. That's something to think about. You writing that down too? You write that down too, sir? Oh, okay.
Actually, no. I was writing down the lyrics. The same girl, Usher and R. Kelly, because that's all y'all was talking about. They thought they were having sex with the same girl, but it was actually.
No, I think the song was them actually having sex with the same girl. They only did that for the video because they didn't want to look like they was nasty.
Well, they were nasty. He had STDs and he was fucking little girls. I mean, come on. Yeah. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, change the devil.
Yeah, I told you. Like, yo, it's crazy. That's wild right there. It's like, damn, R. Kelly. You fucking R. Kelly.
Listen to his music. I'm sorry.
Like, you're R. Kelly. You can literally have any woman in the world that you want. You pick little girls.
No different
Grooming.
little boys.
Turn your volume up, Dorian.
Same girl.
See, now it's in your head.
Bring it up to me. I was fine. I was just talking about.
I didn't think it.
No, you said you ran down the lyrics to the song, though.
Yeah, I'ma stop.
That's all it is. OPP. OPP, how to explain it? Take it, frame it. I'm going whichever one I'm saying it. that was all right there. I mean, this is crazy. Like, I don't know. That's why I had to stop just chilling. I can't be in the streets no more, yo. You don't know who's doing who no more.
Them streets is dangerous. See, look, I went on a celibacy journey, not only because of I wanted to self-heal, but because you can't trust people. You know what I'm saying? And sex is very intimate. And a lot of people think of that you can have sex and disconnect. When you become a certain age, you can't allow people in your body, or you can't be in somebody's body without some type of connection, because you experience so much and you want things to be close. You know what I'm saying? And I got to a point to where I just couldn't allow someone to be in my body without me knowing their full intention. It's just the homie speaking.
Metro North, disrespectful.
You mean you have to kind of have to be one with the other, and I can't. I don't see how people. I'm not. I have done it. It's bam, bam, like going to the road, you know? To me, and that's why I can't do it.
Understandable. Like I'm like that too. I need some kind of emotional connect, but I've always been like that. Like there got to be some emotional connect, and that's what people never understood about me, even back when I was in the world.
You're not in the world.
No, I mean when I say in the world, that's when I was out there just gallivanting.
Oh,
You know, like even when if I had multiple partners or if I like had the mistresses that I lied to one another and I kept it stable, I had an emotional connect to to every one of them. It was something that I liked about you in a personal way, where it wasn't just like, oh, you had nice boobs. And no, I mean I actually like something about your personality that made me want to talk to you, made me want to be closer to you, made me want to understand you more. It just wasn't enough for me to sit there and say I want you to be my only one. So,
gotcha.
like, I mean, I try to figure out how people be out there having sex and they don't even want to kiss. I'm like, do you have to give a high five?
I know, right?
They're like, she just said it. Boy. I'm like, we give a high five. I'm like, okay, that's how we get it started. High five, and then you just drop your drawers. Like, oh, all right.
Like cone heads when they have to take each other's hand.
But that's just me. That's just me.
Sex is a beautiful thing, but when you start letting everybody get a piece of it,
Yeah, it's definitely energy involved in that thing, whether people want to think of it or not.
yeah, it is.
It's transfer energy. That's all it is.
Yeah, people don't understand that. That's what it is. You transfer energy and can't do it. I ain't got. Nah, I need all my energy. I got a 6 year old. He takes all my energy. I ain't got nothing to give nobody else. Well, nobody else of no value. If you got value, I can give you all. I give you energy, but I can't.
I'm with you on that. You are not bringing any type of positivity.
For
If you're
real.
not making a deposit and a withdrawal, and only a withdrawal, it's not happening.
I hear that. Love is a two-way street, my man. I can't even say.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna sit there and say you got to be fully in love, but whatever we got going on, it got to be a two-way street. I need more of just a physical thing. I need something. You got mental, emotional, spiritual. Let's talk about it. I need
Yes.
something to say, hey, we're not just exchanging juices.
Yeah.
Dad, no, I'm diabetic. I don't even like juice.
Even with a sneaky link, you got it's something that's connecting
I'm
y'all.
too old for a damn sneaking link. If I gotta hide you, get out of here. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. People ain't got to know our business and know what we do. But if I have to purposely hide you, because that's what a sneaker link is, oh, we doing this, but can't nobody else know. Fuck out of here. If somebody see me leaving your house, yeah, I left a house and what? Oh, we
Yeah.
sneaky links. Nigga, fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit.
Mm-mm.
If you ashamed to be sleeping with me, you want to keep it a secret, and you don't need to be sleeping with me.
But I'm just saying, it's some kind of connection that's there. Uh oh, I almost dropped the phone.
Yeah.
Some type of connection is there that makes you want to continue to smash that person.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. The only thing I would never do it again is probably be like the side dude.
Oh, what-
No, I mean I was really in my feelings.
That's what I just said.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was really in my feelings, and I was just like, I'm the side dude, you know. But it wasn't like, okay, she just came over and we smashed. Oh, let's go out to dinner. Let's go here. Let's go there. And don't get me wrong, there were times where it was me asking her, but then there were times when she was like, oh, let's go do something. Let's go here. And I'm like, oh, so you like spending time with me too?
Mm.
I'm like, wait, what's going on now? So this is more than just a sexual thing now. Like I could see when I was asking you out. Okay, that's because you probably was the only person I'm messing with, so I'm trying to get closer to you. When you start suggesting things that we do together, I'm like, okay. But it's like, oh, but you know I got a husband, right? Then I realized I didn't want to be a side dude no more because she had a husband. You know,
No.
like like I don't want to be touching all this. Nigga probably nutted on your face last night. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to get a kiss from you. He could have literally nutted on your face last night. Yeah, you know,
I'm
even if
sorry. Let me just back up.
you smash with a rubber, he can have his leftover, unborns in of a JJ. Like nigga, you do like I'm not going behind. I'm good. I'm tired.
I don't
Don't know what.
nothing. Nothing.
I'm
I'm gonna
just,
keep that one.
I'm just saying. Like okay, like my thing is like you got a husband at home. You're not giving him none. I'm just a shy dude. So you can be with him this morning. He like, come on, baby, let's do something. Next, you're performing in the morning, but I'm looking at with you in the afternoon.
Hmm.
Like, who says he just ain't shoot his load all over your face? Yeah, you washed him, but still, it's a principality.
But it ain't no difference if she was your side piece.
And this is why I say, you know what? Let me chill and be righteous. I don't
I
want
mean, you
no. I don't want my. I don't. I'm not gonna sit there and use no chick and just skeet and send it home to whoever. Just like I don't want her to waste. She laying up in my bed and I gotta change my sheets because she juicing, but she gotta go wash herself because she gone home to her husband.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't got time for that, man.
I was a side piece, but I wasn't even getting none.
Oh,
You
wow, whoa, that sounds depressing.
you hustling backward.
I didn't know any better, and I didn't. I did when it was happening. I wasn't thinking about it.
Dude, you wasn't a side piece. She was like a sugar daddy.
No, I wasn't even a sugar daddy. She was paying to see me.
Oh, you was a sugar baby.
Oh,
Wow, you had the good life, yo. Nigga, you
She
just
was
had to be
paying
a
to see
pretty
me.
face and she was giving up the monies.
Yeah, she was
Wow.
paying to see me, and it was like I said, when everything happened, it was someone that I knew had interest in. I knew that she had somebody else. Still, I don't know. I just like the experience of being around that person. So it was like, and this is when I was still in the military. Would make trips from Virginia to New York, and then there was one
Wait, from
time
Virginia to
where,
New York and you wasn't getting none?
yeah,
Yeah, listen.
in the Bentley?
huh,
In the Bentley?
yeah,
Mm.
And you sure you wasn't getting none?
wasn't getting none.
I've been knowing Dorian a long time. A long time before he was in Virginia. That was what, 20 years ago?
Yeah,
21 years ago?
20 years. Actually, exact.
Hmm. You have to find. I have to find out who this person is.
I did take a bus trip from New York to Georgia.
You on the bus 2 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yo,
it was worth it though.
I was going to say, was it at least good?
Okay, it was worth it. And you know what made
I
it
not
you know what made it more
long
special?
food.
She was like a high school crush. And I was like, yo, we met again as adults. It was like, yo. Well, this is after we was doing it. This is after we was had an on and off thing for a couple years. I mean, first time I went out there, I flew out there, and it was just like, yo, it was the bomb diggity bomb bomb. I mean, look, listen, what is good is good, B.
I hear you.
I ain't never had no dick to make me get on no bus for 2 days. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you
I
drive
can't.
long distance for it?
I ain't. Nope. I don't like.
Oh well, I mean, shit. I'm sorry, I don't care. The bus was way cheaper. Bus was $75 round trip.
Mm, mm,
That's expensive. I'm not paying no $400.
mm.
Back then, but
New York to Atlanta flights are a whole lot cheaper. They got nonstop flights there every day.
shit, I was on that. I was on that China bus, boy.
Oh,
Oh,
but
I was on a China bus, boy. I felt bad at first, but then when I see how many people was on a China bus, I was like, yo, people do this on a ride.
mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit,
for
$75.
2 days, I'm
Like,
sorry. Okay.
it's cool. Yeah,
Happy.
yeah. I went upstate New York for some. It was all right. Yeah.
You ain't stop and take no shower. Just bring her all the raw dick.
No, I mean, I was in a bus the whole time, and then when I got down there, yeah, I went. I checked into my hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I freshened up. You know, I
2 days.
hey, it was good pussy.
Let me ask you this: how long did you stay there?
I stayed for the whole weekend. When I got down there midday on a Friday. I stayed Friday, Saturday, and my bus to go back to New York left 7 o'clock, and I got back home Monday around 12 and like midday.
You
Yeah,
don't.
it wasn't 2 days because I left on a Thursday night at 7, and I got down there like around 12, 1 o'clock that Friday.
So 6 day excursion for 2 days of pleasure.
No, it was a 2 days excursion.
I'm saying grand total.
Oh, grand total was about six. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was young. I didn't have no kid back then. I didn't care. I had my headphones. I had a fully charged iPod, not an iPad or iPhone. I had an iPod. I was
You don't
listening
even
to music.
know what are.
I still got my iPod Classic.
I miss my iPod.
I still got my iPod Classic. So yeah, but oh, okay, well, we're over our time limit. I don't want nobody to curse me out for
Shut up.
taking.
You already discussed that. Is anything in the chat that we need to discuss?
No,
Okay.
yeah, Toya's happy that she has the spelling of the website, so she's about to make some money. She's about to make some money, you know.
You on mute.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out this too to see if I can make some money.
Check it out.
I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty sure there's some woman out there want to buy my boxes.
I think this is just a men only site, but it might be some men who might want your little funky basketball draws.
It's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money. Just want to buy my man draws, buy my man draws.
I cannot confirm.
Any man out there who want to buy my draws, probably some dude who's into pegging.
You almost made me choke on his eyes.
I'm into pegging. I'm gonna smell this man draws. Then I'm gonna have my wife wearing as she pegs me.
Oh God. Authentic man.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. If a man's buying another man draws, I think you like to be pegged, bro.
Don't be judgy. It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. I'm not judging. Yeah, but it's money, Roma. Like what they did. What movie was that? Boomerang. Strong J. Marvelous.
Vagina.
She took her underwear off at the damn dinner. Marvelous.
Nasty Nelson.
Nasty Nelson. When they played that video that he put out, I was like, oh shit. He said, I'm giving you full creative control. Full creative control? Like, oh no. Oh no. Nasty Nelson. Yeah. Marvelous. Lady Eloise. Marcus. I don't have any panties on. God damn. Old ass Eartha Kitt. Tell me she ain't got no drills on. Probably would have hit it though. Marcus hit it.
Yeah. He ain't had no shame though.
I ain't no shame.
Neither would y'all.
No, probably not. Probably not. Look at where I with him. Like, no. Mm-mm. I never had an elderly woman though.
I don't know if she would be called elderly or mature.
I ain't fucking old, elderly. I mean, I banged out grandmas, but they was like these new age grandmas that was like in their 40s.
45, 50.
Yeah, the new age grandmas. They're not even older than 45 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they old.
And that's back when I was like 24, and they was like grandmas already. But I never banged out somebody who was in like late 60s and 70s. Like,
But would you?
no, I wouldn't.
No.
It depends on what she looked like. I ain't gonna front.
No.
Angela Bassett.
Bassett. She's like, how old is she? 51?
I don't know.
No, she's
What's the Bassett stuff?
she's
Is she
close to the
what?
60s. She's close to the 60s.
Yeah, Auntie Angela can get it.
That's Grandma Angela to you.
That's Proud Mary keep burning. That's Tina. That's Anna Mae.
Anime Bullet.
I want my name. Tina Turner, I want my name.
I want my name. I work for that name.
God damn, son. Yeah. I never think that. But like I said, these older women today are not the older women that we grew up with. They actually are taking care of their bodies. They are looking good.
Yeah.
So you might run into one that's about 60, 70 years old. She might be fit. Look at Jada Pinkett's moms. Her body's real.
Yeah.
So if she looking like that, I might take Jada. I'm your stepdaddy. But, it's just crazy. What happened?
She likes some young too, her entanglement.
She's a fucking dumbass. I mean, actually had my man Will looking like a damn asshole.
Yeah.
That hurt my feelings. That's because she ain't never get over Tupac.
This may be true.
She ain't never get over Tupac. She got with Will because Will was a good provider. She ain't love him. She want that thug, that bad boy.
Well, we all knew that.
Damn shame. You should let that man go and let him find a woman that's gonna be his wife.
But he chased her too. Not even her.
Yeah, but she knew she wasn't really into that type of dude. She could have said, no, William.
Or this was fun, but yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Willard.
I would change my name to Will too. Nigga, what Willard? Nah, son.
His name is Willard William Smith, right?
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's
Nah. Well, no. I got a name. First. I'm not gonna say it here.
oh, okay.
What name?
He's in it.
Yeah, that one's horrible.
Wow.
His
That's
mama
cool.
did not like it.
Damn. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Don't worry, next time I'll make sure it's not on a Wednesday. I'm sorry. I didn't know Chicago was popping like that.
That's your Law and Order night.
Wait, that's my who for the night?
You said your Law and Order. Doesn't that
Well,
come on?
yeah, I watch it on Hulu, so even if I miss it the night of, I watch it like the next day. I don't have TV.
Now, see,
I don't like
had that argument with someone. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't have TV. I don't have cable, so I just have like
I don't have cable either.
well, and I don't feel like loading up my Fire Stick, so I just wait for the next day on Hulu. It's the same thing.
I got an antenna.
I ain't got one of those. Oh wait, I used to have one of them digital cable boxes, but I ain't. I ain't.
I ain't
I
got
just
no
wait for
cable.
him.
Dorian, we are not gonna have that conversation. I am not watching it the next day, recording it, pausing and watching on Hulu. None of that. I don't care if I pay 99 cents for Hulu. I'm not watching it the next day. It's like eating a taco with that sour cream. I want it fresh.
Going down that route.
Oh, man. I'm just
Do you
saying,
like taco?
do I like who on my tacos?
Sour cream.
Yes, I do.
Is it a must or is it something you can live without?
No, that's a must.
Thank you. Dorian, you lose and you suck.
Wait, hold on. Are we still talking tacos? Or are we still talking about like TV shows?
No, we're talking about tacos.
Oh, okay, we'll make sure. Now. It was just,
No.
You
Well, we
taco
talking-
and I will always bring it up.
Yeah, we had a whole.
Wow, that's.
She thought I was.
I remember that. I remember your taco episode because when I asked you, I'm like, you talking about real tacos or something else? He was like, real tacos. I'm like, oh, real.
I'm gonna taco shame. Me get sad.
I mean, I'm not a hard shell taco person. I like soft shell tacos. I mean, hard shells is just crunchy and they just, they break apart everywhere. And I ain't got time for that.
It's like handheld nachos. I want
Nope, I want soft shell taco. I like it. I'm a quesadilla fan myself.
yeah.
For real. Besides, I know how to make those at home, so.
You know how to make tacos at home?
No, not really. I don't know how to make tacos. What? I don't know how to make tacos. I don't make tacos.
I don't want to have this conversation. We can't make tacos or fold up clothes.
No, I don't fold up clothes. I just don't fold up clothes. There's a difference.
You want to take it to the wash and fold for $40 a load.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. Yeah,
So what? You laundry shaming them now?
Yeah?
You just taco shaming me, was it?
I'm comfortable in my skin.
But we were talking about tacos and laundry. Nobody was talking about your skin.
Got me sitting in this uncomfortable ass chair.
I'm sorry, but I mean, like I was saying, thank you for coming out tonight because we ended at the end of the episode. So yeah, so you can now you can sit in a comfortable bed, go lay in a comfortable bed or something.
Look, if it wasn't recorded live, I would have been. bed.
Well, that's the problem with a live show. Yes, that's the problem with a live show.
I have no
Now you
problem
see
with
what I
that.
gotta deal with.
Yeah, that's the problem with a live show. We gotta keep clothes on and be presentable and stuff.
But no, do you really have to?
You
Some
don't
people
really
might
have
like
to.
it. Exactly.
First of all, ain't nobody trying to see my man boobs, so that's not happening on my show.
I've had a couple of functions while we used to record.
Yeah, that's the only thing with a live show. You gotta make sure we good. Like I gotta make sure my water cup is already ready. You know,
My
I had to
water
make
cup
sure I was fully fed.
fully
You know, want to
fed.
be, you know, want to make sure you don't want to be on here live and your stomach start growling. You be like, what the fuck? That's embarrassing. Make sure you use the bathroom so you ain't sit there and got it full of gas. You know, like this is not cool. Then you
All
gotta watch
right.
your face expressions, but yeah, but
You
I
have to
don't keep
watch
no.
your face expression.
Yeah, sometimes you might sit there and see something or do something, and your face says something totally disrespectful.
I can't control it.
That's all right. We love the authenticity, but you know, what the hell? Work. Oh, doesn't matter. All right, people. It's been a great evening. I want to take my time to appreciate Dorian and Miss MVP for coming through for the Combos in the Park podcast, filling in for Birfmark while he's out. And,
Not a problem.
you
We gotta
know,
get you on. We gotta get y'all on the show, bro.
yeah, I'll definitely come on since I know it can't be a Wednesday.
It can be a Wednesday as long as it's not a
No,
good.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You already expressed it. It cannot be a Wednesday. I'm not trying to be on nobody bad side. I already got fold clothes. 12 boxes worth.
There, I went there.
You
12
make me
boxes
eat.
worth.
Yeah, I made
All
Dorian
right.
do.
Oh, he's closer. Deuces. Get him.
Well, thank you
All
for
right.
having us on the show. It was
Yes, thank you. It was very awkward and weird, sexy time moments. But,
you on the show.
and we also got real serious with the generational parenting. So that's real.
Yeah.
So anybody have any closing remarks? Anything they would like to share? Anything they say?
Eat your
I'm gonna go ahead and get
children.
the emotional plug out the way. If you like anything that he said, you can follow us at Convos in the Park, pretty much on every social media platform, or you can hit us up at convosinthepark.com. You can catch the podcast, listen to your favorite podcast.
And make sure they come back in April because they're on hiatus right now. So they take a break from hiatus just to come back and help me out, which is greatly appreciated. But catch up on the old shows so you'll be ready in time in April when they drop the new shows.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at his face sometimes. So we have to do the hiatus.
I was on hiatus. Listen, when I get a chance to use big words, I use them. Okay, I don't get to use hiatus in my everyday speech. All right.
You have to dumb it down for the birthmark. That's what you're trying.
No, never, bro. No, nah. Birthmark is the bro. No, I'm just letting everybody else know who's watching. If they want to catch more of your episodes, just know y'all be back live in April.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you. And birthmark feels better. You know, a little bit of good. So anyway,
Yeah. He's just having a personal, not even sick. He's just taking a personal day, which is
can I spread rumors?
No, you cannot spread rumors. That is my co-host. No.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You were innocent rumors.
No, there's no such thing as an innocent rumor.
Yeah, look.
No.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. All right, beautiful people.
Y'all have a good one. Good
Yeah.
night.
All right, night.
Peace.